This is the origin story of SpongeBob SquarePants. While Stephen Hillenburg was in college, he majored in marine biology and minored in art. After he graduated in 1984, he would start working at the Ocean Institute, which is an organization in Dana Point, California that teaches people about maritime history and ocean science. Being there would influence his artistry, and the institute would ask him to create a comic book that could be used to teach students about tide pool sea life. The comic book was titled The Intertidal Zone and had many characters that would be adapted into SpongeBob, such as Bob the Sponge. He continued working at the Ocean Institute as a staff artist and was planning to go back to college to acquire a master's degree in art. However, that would all change after attending an animation festival where he decided to instead study experimental animation at the California Institute of the Arts. While there, he would create his thesis film called Wormholes, which was about the theory of relativity. This animation would go on to be screened at animation festivals, where one day Hillenburg would meet the creator of Rocko's Modern Life, Joe Murray, who offered him a directing job on said show. He would obviously take this job offer, along with becoming a writer, storyboard artist, and producer on some of the episodes as well. One day, Martin Olson, who was a writer for Rocko's Modern Life, would read the Intertidal Zone and suggested Hillenburg to turn the comic book into a TV series. Hillenburg would then redesign the characters, making Bob the Sponge look more like a household sponge, and would create the rest of the characters such as Patrick, Mr. Krabs, Pearl, and Squidward. At the time, SpongeBob's name would be SpongeBoy, and the show is going to be called SpongeBoy Ahoy. However, the name SpongeBoy was copyrighted, so they had to change it. And believe it or not, SpongeBob's official name was actually created by Tom Kenny. While looking at the character, Tom Kenny would say to Hillenburg, "Boy, look at this sponge in SquarePants thinking he can get a job in a fast food place." He would then come up with the name SpongeBob SquarePants. Hillenburg, along with Tim Hill and many others, would help develop the Pitch Bible, which, if you don't know what a Pitch Bible is, it's basically a packet of information about the characters, plot, and concepts. When Hillenburg pitched the show to Nickelodeon executives, he wore a Hawaiian shirt and brought a terrarium with models of the characters in them. There would also be Hawaiian music playing during the pitch. Nickelodeon executive Eric Coleman described the pitch as pretty amazing, and the president of Nickelodeon, Albert Heck, described it as a performance he wished he had had on tape. After his pitch, they gave Hillenburg and his crew 2 weeks and some money to create a pilot episode. However, before they gave the green light to create a full series, Nickelodeon executives insisted to Hillenburg that the series would not be popular unless SpongeBob was a child who went to school and that the main character was a teacher. But Hillenburg was able to persuade them after he added Mrs. Puff as a character. Hillenburg would go on to be an executive producer for the series' entire history and was the showrunner from 1999 to 2004. SpongeBob has been on ever since 1999, however, the show did go on hiatus for a while in 2002 so that they could make the SpongeBob movie. This movie was originally supposed to be the series finale, but Nickelodeon still wanted more episodes. Because of this, Stephen Hillenburg would step down as showrunner and give the position to the man he trusted most with such responsibility. That man's name would be Paul Tibbitt, who was a writer, director, and storyboard artist for the show. He would take the position of showrunner from 2005 to 2015, and in December of 2014, news outlets announced that Steve Hillenburg would be returning to work on the show, but with an undisclosed position. In 2015, Tibbitt stepped down from his showrunner position and passed it down to Vincent Waller and Mark Ciccarelli. In March 2017, Stephen Hillenburg was diagnosed with ALS, which is a disease that causes neurons to break down and reduces the functionality of muscle tissue. On November 26, 2018, Steve Hillenburg had passed away at the age of 57 due to complications from ALS. On February of 2019, the new president of Nickelodeon, Brian Robbins, vowed to keep the SpongeBob series going as long as Nickelodeon exists. If one thing's for certain, it's that Stephen Hillenburg and his creation will never be forgotten. Thank you for making it to the end of this video. Please put your thoughts in the comments down below. And if you like this video, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more content.